He's concentrating too much there on the cue ball. Took his focus over on the pot. And it's caused him to miss. And that's another error we've seen this match. Be disappointed here we see it again. He's concentrating too much to get that cue ball through that gap and took his eye off the pot.
It's a strange match, Pat. Every time we've seen the result of a break, you look at the table and go, there's a very good chance of a break and run out here, and we haven't had one.
No. Both players have gifted the table back to their opponent. Constantine, I wonder if he'll attack this one here or go for the safer option.
Oh, his confidence must be rock bottom at the moment.
He could come off a few rails and come down behind those balls, but he's decided on attack and it's gone all wrong for him.
That's horrible.
And not only that,
that's a pub shot from a world-class player.
Yeah, he was well out from that ball there. And not only that, he didn't even get position on the 6, so it was a completely horrible shot for Constantine there. He's gifted the table back to Cal and left him a nice angle on that 5 ball. Now Cal just wants to compose himself here. This is a very good opportunity to open up a 4-frame advantage. That was a nice shot there from Cal Boyce. Decided not to try and run up table with the cue ball, but elect to just kick the 8 ball towards the corner pocket, knowing that had an easy shot in the brown 7. Doesn't really need to do much here. Just bring the cue ball back out centre for a shot in the black 8.
It's all looking good, isn't it, for Carl, but under no pressure.
No, certainly his opponent's making him look really good out here today. He's not up against much at the moment.
You know, off the back of this rack, Pat, I hope we get an opportunity to have another look at that shot of Constantine's, and I want you to have a really good look at it, because to me, and you know better than me, that shot of Constantine's was a guy that just said, I'm going to hit this and see what happens.
Yeah, it was like a desperate shot.
Yeah, it's the sort of shot any of us would have played if we were playing our mate in the pub.
Yeah,
absolutely shocking field. Whereas Carl Boyce, who's looking very happy now, just about got through qualifying, just about came through against Sandor Toth. He made a slow start there and was 8-6 down against Ryu of Korea before pulling it together, and by his own admission said, I've been playing very well at all.
Yeah, I've watched some of Carl's games and he's been struggling with his play so far, but you can see he's made a few mistakes in this match, but Constantine is letting him back to the table each opportunity, and Carl's took it with both hands.
You know, of all these round of 16 matches, Pat, let's have a look at what he does here. Nice control break again. That's nice. Of all of these round of 16 matches, this was the one that looked like a red-hot favourite.
Oh yeah.
Nobody would have put their money on Carl Boyce.
No, the form man was definitely stepping off here. And as I said earlier on, maybe the pressure is getting to him.
And here's the worry, the big worry for Stepanov. This boy's break, which he was so worried about, and which we were worried about because it was a voyage into the unknown, this is settling down very well.
Yeah, he's starting to get the feel of the break, and once a player gets that mastered, nice control, drawback there. Always make sure he gets a shot in the red 3. But like you say, Nick, if he can control that break like he's doing so far and cut out his mistakes, this could be a very lopsided result, and one that nobody would have expected.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're yet to have a break and run out in this match. Carl's playing okay. Carl's playing very well considering the circumstances, but he could certainly polish up his game a little bit more. He's had a couple of misses that haven't been punished. But you'd much rather be in his shoes than the other guy's shoes right now.
Yeah, you can see from the scoreboard there, Cowboys 5-1 in front of Stepanov. He's just got to deal with the cannon on the 9 ball here.
Oh dear.
There we see it again.
We still don't have a break and run out.
Concentrating more on the cannon on the 9 ball than the actual pot. Both players are gifting the other opportunity here.
And what do you do if you're Konstantin Stepanov? Do you go for the cut? Do you go for the bank? Do you go for safety?
I feel
Or do you just shut your eyes and bang him again like you did last time?
I feel maybe try and go safe behind the 6 here. It's an awkward run out for him. But you need to clear his head. I mean, that last shot he tried in the last rack was a wild attempt at a bank, and he was completely out from it. Yeah, he's gone for the try to hide the cue ball, and he's done a nice job of that. Yeah, sometimes when you're struggling a little to get into a game, you need to try and put your opponent on the back foot at times and hold back in some shots till you get your confidence back up. And that's exactly what he's done there. He's given Carroll a tough shot there.
And you've got to think about the big picture as well, haven't you? 5-1 is not a crisis.
What he's got to watch for here, he's going to come off 2 rails. And he's got to be careful of the scratch on the side. Well, he's missed it on both sides there.
It may not be the worst thing in the world for boys though, because there's a problem on this table. Getting position on the 6. Because that 6 and 9 are down on the rail there.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward down there.
And I'm not sure where that 6 passes. It certainly doesn't pass bottom right.
Well, if he manages to get the cue ball in this area, he'll be able to get a thin cut on the 6. So that good containing safety and snooker there from Stepanov is giving him a nice opportunity to try and get back into this. So come over and left himself a nice angle there.
Yeah, this is the shot. If he can get position, he has a chance, and if he can get that 6, he should take the rack. Oh, maybe it does pass. He's played it as if it passes.
I think he's actually come down there to play the 6-9 combination, but he's just a little bit short of pace.
Is the combination on?
It would have been on if he was below the 6 ball. He would have been looking directly at a 6-9 carom, but the way he's looking at it at the moment, it's not quite on, so he may elect to play safe here. I feel the way he's looking at this and eyeing it up. There we see him there. Yeah, he's looking at, he's going to be playing safe here. Keep the cue ball tight behind the 9. Send the 6 over to the rail. Wow.
Okay.
He squeezed that in off the rail there. He's left himself a tricky one here. And if he gets this will give him a little bit more confidence.
Yes, he's played a couple of really good shots there.
Yeah, and that's more like the player that we've seen over the last few days. He'll be looking to draw this cue ball back out off one rail for a shot in the 9 in the opposite corner pocket. Nice shot. Well, that's more like the Stepanov we've been watching so far in this tournament. He claws 1 rack back to tricks.
Rack 8, Stepanov to break, trailing 2 racks to 5.
Right, rack 8, and we are still awaiting our first break and run out. And all the breaks have looked good. We haven't had a dry one yet. We haven't had a scratch. We haven't had a push out. And there's another one with the wing ball deposited and a clean look at the one. But there is traffic to negotiate to get near the 2.
Yeah, you see the blue 2 in your bottom right hand side of the screen. Slightly hampered or hidden behind the 4-9. So if he attempts to pocket this 1 ball, which I think he will, you need to play a good shot to get shape on the 2. Now you see him just looking. He's pointing to where he wants that cue ball. He needs to get the pace of this one right. Looking to cut the 1 ball into the bottom pocket and control the cue ball over to the side of the table for a shot in the blue 2 in the same pocket. He's gone for the gap there and it's backfired.
Big time.
Yeah, I felt if he should have just relied more on the cue ball over this side of the table, made sure he got a shot in the 2.
It couldn't be much worse.
Yeah, he's got 1 saving grace. That red 3 is up there, the top end, and the orange 5 is blocking it from the corner pocket. Just wondering if he can get... he's coming bottom rail first, trying to kick the 2 ball back up table. Hopefully he'll send it up into this area up here, which will leave Cowboys nothing.
Ooh, he's hit that hard. Oh! Did he fluke it or did he go for that?
No, that was definitely a lot of lady look on his side there. He just... you would see it again.
Yes, there's no way you can plan for that.
No, he just put as much power into that shot as he can and hope for a little bit of luck.
That opened the table up.
And it certainly paid off for him.
You're not kidding. I mean, if he can get position up to that 3 off this 2, he is in business.
Just got to be aware of the side pocket here with the cue ball. Oh, it's a very nice shot there. And now he's back position. Just looking at the way Constantine's starting to cue these last couple of racks, seems to me he's found some confidence from somewhere, and I don't know where, because the way he started this match has been very poor in his standards.
And a fluke like that doesn't hurt your confidence either. You start to think, yeah,
things are starting to go my way here.
The pool gods are with me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a momentum shift in this match.
And it'll be interesting to see how Cowboys will deal with this.
We actually have our first break and run out, aided and abetted by an outrageous piece of good fortune, but they all count. Finally.
Some support. Sapman Boys, who currently has the advantage
Rock 9.
in this race to 11, last 16 match.
Well, he has the advantage, but it's this guy that's got the initiative right now. A couple of racks have gone his way. He's breaking well. Now he's pushed that one up the table a little bit. Is he going to get a clean shot at the one? He is.
Yeah, he's got a tough opener there. You can see it again. 6 ball kicks a 1 up table. And the first time in the match he's let that cue ball slide to the rail. Very confident shot there.
He's getting his game together.
Yeah, he played a bank shot earlier and he was well out from it, but he seems to have got his eye back in now.
You know that horrendous miss we saw, the hit and hope shot? That was almost like he's got something out of his system.
Yeah. sometimes when you're struggling with your game, you want to let your arm go and shake that rustiness off. Maybe there's a lot of tightness in his arm, the pressure.
He's been a different player since.
He certainly has.
He's made all the big shots. And we're not just talking about the fluke, he's made 4 or 5 really nice pots since then.
Yeah, and that was another one.
Is he was eyeing up the 9 there, you know.
Well, the cue ball certainly is going into the path of the 9. Oh, he's going to try and draw the cue ball away from me here. Trying to hold the cue ball in that area down below the 9 for the red 3 into the side pocket. A tough ask. Oh, he's come right round 3 rails.
Where's that going?
Well, he's certainly got more into that than expected. Never see the shot on your camera there. Left a thinner cut on that 3 than I would have liked to. And the good thing for him here is he'll be canning in into that 4, so and with nothing over this right hand side of the table, we certainly got a shot on it, but what kind of shot, who knows.
Well, that piece is centred up the table.
And has he been fortunate?
I think. Yeah, that's one of those you'd have to look down the barrel to see if you got it. Which is exactly what he's doing now. I think he's all right, you know.
Well, the way he's standing there, he doesn't look too happy with it. He's having a closer look now, and it's very difficult to tell from our camera angle here.
And it is amazing, isn't it? These camera angles, they are deceptive. The only line of sight that really matters is the one that Stepanov had just then.
Yeah, he's going for the swerve. I thought he might try this. It looks as if you can see full ball on the 4, so he doesn't really need to swerve it too much. Now we can see it in that angle there. So he only needs to swerve at a fraction round that 7, and if he does make contact, the cue ball will come back over in position for the 5. So if he gets this, he'll look good for the next one. Beautiful shot, and then you can see the spin, but where's that cue ball going?
Uh-oh.
Whoa, just avoided the scratch in the bottom pocket there.
Yes, of course, he's probably thinking to himself, where's all these misses that this guy was coming up with?
And also, he'll also be thinking, this boy's starting to get a little bit of run here. Another nice controlled shot there from Stepanov. Now he's back in nice position. And this was a similar sort of missy on the black 8 on the first rack.
He's not doing that
again. Took his eye off it.
He's not doing that again.
No, he's certainly got that out of his system.
Ever since he had that hit and hope, really, he's been a different player. That was impressive.
Yeah.
What was once 5-1 is now 5-4.
Boys, hasn't had a look at the table on 2 racks now.
Oh, that's right.
And the longer he sits in that chair, the worse it'll be for him when he does get a chance.
Well, let's see if he can keep this break going. Wing ball down. And one gets a little nudge.
He's not too happy with that. Nice break off there. It was looking pretty good to the 7.
Brown that just tips the one over to that rail. There's the one getting the little kick.
The good thing is there, you should be able to put Carl in a bit of trouble behind the brown 7, send the one down table. Just look at the angle he wants to send that one down behind the 9 ball. Might even try and take the cue ball back across table behind the 3. Yeah, where's that cue ball? Nice pace there. And he's got the end result he was looking for. giving Cowboys no shot on the one ball. And certainly Stepanov will be a lot more happy about his game now.
Yes, definitely. And Boys, who's been getting cold in his chair, needs to pull out a shot here. The last time Stepanov had him snookered, he went for the shot and missed. If he misses here, it's tough to see Stepanov failing to clear up, quite frankly. Ball in hand on this table, you'd fancy the Russian.
Yeah, definitely. Will all depend on what happens here. If Carl can make contact with the 1.
Which he does, but he's also made contact with the 9.
He's given an opportunity here to Stepanov.
That does us the red. Top left is available.
And they may elect here to use the cue ball to kick into the 4 to hold it for position on the 2.
Oh, he's making
decided against it, yeah.
He is making all the shots now.
And this is certainly the player that started off this championship and has played over the last 3 or 4 days.
That last shot was very missable.
Oh yeah.
If you don't believe that you can make those shots, you're not going to make it. So his self-belief is back now after that very wobbly start.
Yeah, not just that, it's the actual cue ball control. Screwing it across, a lot of draw, a lot of English to hold it, centre table for the 2. And how's his pace there? Yeah, he's got a nice look at that 3 ball.
He'll take it.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that a little bit worried for Carl here.
Well, this was why it was so important that he took those early opportunities, as we were saying, Pat, because you know what this man's capable of. I mean, he's absolutely tearing this match up at the moment, and yet he's still going to be level after this rack, at best. So Carl doesn't have to panic.
No, that's the thing that Carl should do.
I mean, if you'd offered Carl 5-all, before this match started, he said, "Yep, I'll have that. Thank you."
And that's the way he's got to be thinking.
Exactly.
He's got to forget the 5-1 lead and it's evaporated. He's just got to take what's in front of him. Wow. And all that talk that we're just giving Stepanov there is going right out the window.
Unbelievable.
We're back to frame 1 again.
I'll never work this game out, Pat. The more I watch of it, there's one thing. There's one golden rule. Somebody may get hot, but they can go cold at any moment. This should be...
And there you see Carl's been sitting in his chair for a few racks, and he's overrun that by a long margin, and he's given himself some work to do now. He's going to avoid this brown 7.
The 6.
And he's just got away with that one there.
That was an edgy shot. A little wry smile.
Yeah, he knows he's had a little bit of fortune there.
Well, for the last 20 minutes of this match, there's only been one man in it. And that man is still going to be trailing by 2 if Carl can clear up here.
Yeah, Stepanov, he certainly made a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes early in this match. Ones that we wouldn't have expected him to do. And he's given Cowboys an opportunity here. And I feel that this match has got a lot more twist to it.
Yeah, that was so we've been enjoying watching Konstantin Stepanov.
Boys to break, leading by 6 racks to 4.
Pull back from 5-1. We expected him to go to 5-all, but he got all squeaky and timid on a shot. Missed it, left it sitting up, and allowed Carl just to clean up again. Carl's been the garbage man in this match. He's done more cleaning up than any other player that I've seen in this competition.
Oh, and that's a better opening break here from Cowboys. Kept the cue ball close to the one. Here we see it again. And that one ball gets a nice cannon off the 5. And this has certainly been one of the better breaks of the match, although there have been quite a few good ones so far, but they've all been spurring chances.
And what Carl doesn't have yet is a break and run out. Now if he can just pull a couple of those out here, if he can get to 8-4, that's pressure on the opponent. Does that one have the legs? Yes, it does.
Yeah, he's got a nice shot on the 2, Stepanov. Certainly not be happy with his performance so far in this match.
That last miss really did come out of nowhere. We really thought he'd turned the corner, Stepanov, and frankly I think... Hello. Oh yeah. Nicely done. Frankly, I thought Stepanov would just go on and dominate this match, as he has so many this week. But no, he's thrown Carl another bone. Yeah,
we were starting to think he'd shaken off the rustiness that he showed in the beginning of the match, but then it just seemed to return. A timid shot, as you say.
This is Europe's number 1, not Carl. Konstantin is Europe's number 1. He should be winning this match.
Yeah.
Boys, never been in this position, never played a game of 9-ball with a TV camera in attendance, except for some stuff on those outside tables, which isn't quite the same thing. He is the focus of attention here.
Now they're looking to take this cue ball just down to the bottom rail, because that black 8 isn't frozen. He's played that one nicely. So this 8-9 ball to give Carl his first breaking run out of the match and extend his lead by 3. And as you say, Nick, if Carl can keep this momentum steadily going, he'll certainly be putting the pressure on that man, Stepanov.
There it is, the first break and run out of the match.
And great crowds we've had in.
12, boys to break, leading by 7 rocks to 4.
I must admit, Pat, coming from a slightly different era to you, that there was a tingle down my spine when I walked in here and thought this was the venue for the Thriller in Manila. You know, one of the greatest sports occasions of all time, Ali Frazier. Still remembered very fondly in these parts.
Yeah, they've still got the banners up in the Coliseum, the Thriller in Manila, October 75.
Oh, well, he did get a ball.
And this time he hasn't been fortunate with the cannon off the pink 4. Watch that pink 4 cannon the 1 ball onto the side rail, and hasn't got an open pocket on it, so we'll be looking to keep Konstantin in a bit of pressure. Or will it be offensive here? If he goes for the bank on the 1, as you can see in your picture, the 2 ball was situated right by that centre pocket.
Carl hasn't had to pull out the big shot yet, has he?
No.
He's just been steady. He's just cleaned up what Konstantin has had to give him, but he's not had to make the big shot yet. This is probably as big an opportunity as he's had to do that. So, as you say, quite rightly, Pat, what do? Do you go offensive, or do you try for safety?
I think he'll be trying the safer option here. Send that 1 ball back up table safe. Try and bring the white through the gap. Oh, he's got that one all wrong. He tried to avoid the cannon on the 2 there and bring the cue ball back down table to where that 9 is, but left an open window there on the 1.
Stepanov has missed more than 1 ball into this pocket, though. We no longer know what Konstantin Stepanov is going to do.
Yeah, really need to attack this one here. Just bring the cue ball back down table. The two sitting in the centre, so he should be able to get a good shot now if he manages to pocket this one. And it just creeps into the pocket no more.
Look at this, look how close he is to the two.
That wasn't a very confident shot there from Konstantin.
He only just made the pot. And look where that cue ball has ended up.
And you know, you can always tell when a player's full of confidence. Their pace picks up round the table. Their demeanour. You can tell a lot about a player by the way they walk around the table.
Having said that, of course, earlier in the match, Konstantin seemed to be flying around the table and missed an 8 ball, a routine 8 ball. So he's found every which way to miss in this match so far. And he's not played the greatest shot here.
He's going to try and use that pink 4 to hide behind.
And doesn't get it. Or was he going for the combination there?
He was trying the carom there, and that is madness in my books. He had an easier safety option open to him. He could have pushed that blue 2 safe and hidden the cue ball down this corner pocket, but he elected, well, don't really know. It's a strange one from my point of view anyway.
It didn't make a lot of sense.
It was like a half-hearted attempt at a carom on the 4.
You know, mentally, Stepanov seems to be getting caught in no man's land over and over again in this match.
Yeah, and we've highlighted that bank shot he tried earlier on in the match when he was well behind. He was well out of it, and it seemed like a crazy attempt to try and get back in the match, and that seems to have matched it.
The rumpus going on elsewhere is something that Carl's going to have to deal with. Just a suspicion that a Filipino player might have done rather well there. Just possibly sank a 9 ball or something.
Yeah. And Carl be looking to try and avoid that 8 ball as he pockets the pink 4. A lot of English on the cue ball, and he's got a nice little nudge here.
Going on to the noise again. You know, that's something Stepanov had to deal with, and it's intimidated a lot of players this year because the Filipino fans, they're so passionate about their guys. Stepanov's just walked in and said, I don't care who you are, I'm going to blow you away.
Yeah, he's certainly been up against it the last 2 matches.
Yeah. So to see him struggling as badly, if you thought he was struggling against anybody, it would have been against one of the Filipinos. Reyes, for goodness sake, is one of the most intimidating players in the world to play against.
And to me, I think it's because he was the second favourite in both of those matches, so there wasn't as much pressure on him to win. And he was able to let his cue arm go. But now he's seen as a favourite to put out Carl Boyes, and that pressure seems to be telling on his game. Now Carl just a little bit slow in pace here. Would have liked to have been straighter on this 7 ball. And he done well to hold that there. And now these last 2 balls to open up a 4-frame advantage.
What must be going through Stepanov's mind now? He'd closed that gap. And it's opened right up again.
Boys to break, leading by 8 rocks to 4.
Well, what would Carl Boyes give for a break and run out here? I mean, 8-4 is a terrific position to be in, but if he can just keep building that lead, keep Stepanov in that seat where he can't do any damage.
Oh, and that's a better break off there from Carl, boys. Manages to pocket the wing ball and the win ball. And just have a look where that blue 2 is situated.
Yes, you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Certainly would, and with the 3 and 4 being up table out the way from the traffic.
But before we get carried away, Carl has managed just 1 break and run out thus far in this match, but crikey, if this isn't number 2, really should be, shouldn't it?
Yes. Carl will be looking to compose himself now. He knows this is another important frame. And the longer he keeps Stepanov in his chair, the more pressure he'll be put on that man, and the easier it should get for him.
Yeah, Carl originally from Radcliffe in Greater Manchester, and he's now moved to Blackpool. It's an amazing coincidence that Darryl Peach has also come from Blackpool, and both of those guys are in the last 16 here, and it's not like they're best mates. I said, oh, you know, you and Darryl hang out a lot, do you? And he said, well, no, it's just a coincidence. You know, he said, there's no problem. It's not like we don't get on or anything, but you know, we practice a bit together now. But it really is an incredible coincidence that a relatively small town like Blackpool is now home to 2 of the best 9-ball players in the UK.
Not only the UK, in the world at the moment.
Yes.
And both have got great chances to reach a quarter-finals, and
yes, if anything,
you feel that the UK pool scene as a whole is on the up. Over the last 7 Euro tours, 4 of them have been won by British players, so there's a start of a domination there, and everybody's starting to sit up and take note.
Darryl Peach might actually start a slight favourite against Germany's Harry Stolker, but this is not what anybody had in the script. For Carl to be playing so well now, it's steady. He's not having to make the big shots because Stepanov keeps giving him these opportunities, and now that he's had a couple of decent breaks, and hopefully from his perspective here another run out, he's in control.
Yeah, if he manages to take his second break and run out here, it'll give him more confidence going into the last stages of the match.
Wow, this is looking good. Too many strange things happen in 9-ball
for this match.
Rock 14, boys to break, leading by 9 rocks to 4.
Well, the ideal world, of course, is 2 great breaks now. Carl Boyce doesn't want to let this fella back up to the table. You're almost within touching distance, but how often have we seen in this game, just when you think you've closed in on it, something bad happens. You get snookered off the break, you scratch. But there's worse breaks than that.
Yeah, managed to pocket the wing ball here, the blue 2. Win ball gets kicked up table, but you see that pink 4 resting behind the green 6 here in your picture.
And the 3 right at the other end of the table as well, from where the 1 ball is. So there's work to be done here.
The good thing is, with the situation where that 3 ball is, you should be able to leave a nice angle with cannon into the 6-4. And there we see it there. And Carl's just 4 ball will pass the 6 into the bottom corner. Yeah, it definitely goes. He's just checking his angle. He wants to be over somewhere in this area so he can pocket the 4 and come back out table for the 5. How's the pace of that cue ball? Wants it to come off, yeah. It's got a nice little bounce here. Probably he's got a couple of options here, but I feel the better one is just to run forward with the cue ball Come back over here for a shot in the orange 5 up the top.
Let's see if Carl follows your lead.
You need to put a bit of left-hand English on this. He's going for the power up and down.
Well, that was the alternative shot. Would you agree with his shot selection?
I'm not so sure. He's left a lot of distance between the cue ball and the object ball. And this is a tester.
It's a must-make shot as well. Because if he doesn't make this, there's no reason why Konstantin won't come in and clear up. A real pressure shot here. Handled brilliantly. Is that the shot of a future world quarter-finalist, I wonder? Because that's what we're looking at now. Carl Boyes is getting very close.
Yeah, and he's in a nice position here on the brown 7. It's off the cushion slightly, and that's about perfect. This is another good opportunity here to have a break and run out. His third of the match.
He likes it. I like his body language. Very positive now. Yeah, he's on the hill. What about this? And Constant. It'll be an amazing achievement if he can finish the job here. But how often do we see it's that last rack?
Hard to place the break. You're now on the hill.
He's just got to tell himself, just another break. So often a player just tightens up a little bit. Let's see what he gets off his break here. Stepanov will be looking. Is he even going to get another chance at this table? Ooh, look at this. Look at this.
That was a wonderful break off there again from Boyes.
Look at that. He can hardly contain that smile.
One ball cannoned off the 5 and onto the knuckle, and it sits nicely for him. And the way these balls are sitting here, Nick. Oh, it's like Christmas come early.
Why wouldn't you clean up from here? Tell me where the problem is, Pat.
I can't really see any problem. The only problem I see is the 4 to the 5. That's it.
That's not exactly a gigantic headache, is it?
No.
He's just got to keep a control of his emotions here. Keep that adrenaline in check. You don't want that flowing into the cue. But he is on the threshold of a major breakthrough into world-class company right here, Carl Boyes.
That's a nice angle he's left for that. Red 3. Doesn't really need to do much with the cue ball, just bring it back out table for a shot in the pink 4. And you can see the confidence now in Carl's game. He's run the last 2 racks, and if he can hold himself together here, these last 5 balls, could be the first man through to the quarterfinals of this year's championships.
And it'll be another win over Konstantin Stepanov now. Has he got enough on that? Has he got enough?
Yeah, he's just come up far enough there. Yeah, as you rightly say there, this will be his second victory over Stepanov. This could be the shot.
It just about made it. 3 to go.
And he's in perfect position there. Stepanov knows it.
What a nightmare for Stepanov.
And Carl muttering to himself, he's probably thinking, I can't believe I'm in this situation.
Walking around the table, checking every angle. This is no time to get it wrong.
You want to draw the cue ball back up table. It's a much simpler shot if you're above the 8 to come down off one rail. Now you see Cal just checking. Just wants to use that side rail with a bit of English, just spin it down towards the 9. Wants to buff that cushion slightly. And that's not bad at that.
One shot to complete a huge upset. And he's done it. What a performance. And he got better the longer the match went on. Both of them started shaky. Stepanov had a little rally in the middle, then went cold again. And when Stepanov went cold, boys said, I'm not letting you off the hook again.
All right, the rookie at the World Championships through to the quarterfinals, Carl. What are you feeling? What are you thinking right now?
I'm not sure yet. It's unbelievable. Like, I got off to a good lead, I was 5-1 up, and then I made a silly mistake, and he got a couple back. Then luckily, like, he missed the ball and let me get back in, and then obviously I've pretty much run the match out. So it's not sunk in yet.
So can you figure out what was it, or something about your game that made you win today? What was the key?
Just take each ball one at a time and make sure I cue the ball and try not to make silly mistakes. Like, luckily the break worked and just went my way.
Okay. All right, what are you going to do tonight to prepare for tomorrow?
Get drunk. No, I'm joking. No, I'm just going to have some food and chill out again.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you tomorrow then. All the best, Carl. Back to you, Day.